everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're plunging headfirst into the awe-inspiring, heart-pounding, and downright fascinating world of gorillas, those colossal primates that embody raw power, profound intelligence, and a surprising gentleness that makes them one of nature's most captivating creations. So grab a drink, a snack, maybe a whole meal, because we're going on an epic journey to explore everything about these magnificent beings, from their mind-blowing physical capabilities and intricate social behaviors to quirky fun facts and their critical role in the wild. Plus, a quick take on the wild debate of a gorilla versus 100 men, because gorillas are so much more than just muscle. They're a testament to the beauty and complexity of life on Earth. And I'm beyond stoked to share this with you, starting with their physical prowess. Because when you picture a gorilla, you're likely imagining a towering silverback, the dominant male who's the heart of the troop. And for good reason, as these guys can weigh up to 430 pounds and stand nearly 6 feet tall when upright, while females, though smaller, are still formidable at 150 to 250 pounds. And their strength is the stuff of legends, with the ability to lift objects weighing up to 2,000 pounds. Think about that. It's like casually tossing around a small car, thanks to their dense muscle mass and robust skeletal structure, making them one of the strongest animals relative to their size. Yet despite this brute force, they're shockingly agile, able to scale trees, swing through branches with ease, and even sprint at speeds up to 25 miles per hour in short bursts, which is mind-boggling for a creature of their bulk. And their dexterity is just as impressive, with hands so precise they can peel fruit, pick leaves, or groom each other with the finesse of a skilled artisan, showing a delicate side that balances their raw power. But it's not just their brawn that makes them extraordinary. It's their brains, as gorillas rank among the smartest primates, boasting complex problem-solving skills, like using sticks to fish for termites or rocks to crack open nuts, and some, like the legendary Coco, have learned over 1,000 signs in American Sign Language, expressing emotions, humor, and even abstract thoughts, which is a humbling reminder of how close we are to these creatures. And speaking of communication, gorillas have a rich vocal palette, from booming hoots and roars that echo through the forest to soft grunts, purrs, and even belches that signal contentment, each sound weaving a tapestry of meaning within their troops, which are tight-knit family groups of 5 to 30 individuals, led by that silverback who serves as both protector and decision-maker, guiding the group to food sources or safe resting spots, while females nurture the young and maintain harmony through grooming. And the younger gorillas, they're all about play, tumbling and chasing each other in scenes that'll melt your heart, because these troops are the backbone of gorilla life in their Central African habitats, from dense lowland rainforests to misty montane forests, where they spend their days foraging for a mostly vegetarian diet of leaves, stems, fruits, and bark, chowing down on up to 50 pounds of food daily to fuel those massive bodies, though they'll sneak in some protein by munching on termites or ants. And here's where they become unsung heroes of the ecosystem, because as they roam, they disperse seeds through their droppings, helping to regenerate forests and sustain biodiversity, which is vital for countless other species. But let's sprinkle in some fun facts, because gorillas are full of surprises, like how they're susceptible to human colds, meaning conservationists must wear masks to protect them, or how they build fresh nests every night from leaves and branches, crafting cozy one-time use beds on the ground or in trees, which is like designing a new bed from scratch daily. And get this, each gorilla has a unique nose print, like a human fingerprint, used by researchers to identify individuals in the wild, and they can live up to 40 years in the wild, sometimes hitting 50 in captivity, forming bonds that last a lifetime, which is just beautiful. But it's not all rosy, as gorillas face dire threats like deforestation from logging and agriculture, poaching for bushmeat, or the illegal pet trade, and diseases like Ebola, which have decimated some populations, leaving certain subspecies critically endangered, with only a few thousand left in the wild. And it's a gut punch to think we might lose these gentle giants. But there's hope, thanks to tireless conservation efforts like those from the DN Fossey Gorilla Fund, which funds anti-poaching patrols, habitat restoration, and community education, helping stabilize some populations. And speaking of their gentle nature, despite their intimidating size, gorillas are remarkably peaceful. opting for displays like chest beating, mock charges, or branch breaking to assert dominance rather than resorting to violence. And these displays are more about posturing than harm, showing a wisdom that prioritizes group harmony. And this pacifist streak shines in their interactions with humans when unprovoked, with stories of gorillas accepting researchers into their troops after years of patient trust building, like the work of Dian Fossey herself, who showed the world their softer side. And let's not skip their cultural impact, because gorillas have starred in everything from King Kong to Planet of the Apes, symbolizing both raw power and deep wisdom. And they've inspired conservation movements that ripple beyond their forests, because protecting gorillas means protecting their habitats, which sequesters carbon and fights climate change, benefiting the entire planet. And now let's touch on that wild debate. Could a gorilla take on 100 men? Look, a silverback's strength is unreal, capable of overpowering several humans at once with its sheer muscle and ferocity, and in a confined space, its speed and intimidation factor would scatter most untrained attackers. But 100 men, even unarmed, could overwhelm through numbers, coordination, and persistence, especially if they're strategic. So, while a gorilla's a force of nature, the sheer volume of opponents tips the scale. But let's be real, this hypothetical doesn't do justice to gorillas, because their true strength lies in their social bonds and survival instincts, not gladiatorial combat. So let's keep celebrating them for what they are. And speaking of survival, their adaptability is another marvel, as they've thrived in diverse environments, from steamy jungles to chilly highlands, adjusting their diets and behaviors to suit their surroundings. And their emotional depth is striking, with studies showing they mourn lost troop members, displaying behaviors like touching or staying near the deceased, which tugs at the heartstrings and reminds us how much we share with them, considering they share about 98% of our DNA, making them our closest cousins after chimpanzees. And this genetic closeness explains why we're so drawn to their soulful eyes, playful antics, and fierce family loyalty. But their intelligence isn't just emotional, it's practical, with troops showing coordinated behaviors like taking turns foraging or protecting the young during travel. And their memory is sharp, recognizing individuals and recalling safe feeding spots over years, which is crucial in the wild. And let's not forget their grooming rituals, which aren't just about hygiene, but about reinforcing social bonds, as hours spent picking through each other's fur build trust and affection. And here's another fun fact. Gorillas have a unique scent, with silverbacks emitting a musky odor that signals their presence, like a natural cologne that says, "I'm the boss," and their sense of smell is acute, helping them locate ripe fruit or detect threats from afar. And while they're mostly terrestrial, knuckle-walking on their fists to support their weight, they're still adept climbers, with juveniles often scampering up trees for play or safety, and their physical adaptations, like thick skulls and powerful jaws, let them chew tough vegetation that'd break lesser teeth. And speaking of teeth, their canines are massive, used not for eating, but for displays during confrontations, adding to their fearsome yet calculated aura. And their conservation story is a call to action, because every choice we make, buying sustainable products, supporting ecotourism, or donating to groups like the World Wildlife Fund, can help ensure gorillas thrive for generations. And their resilience is inspiring, with some populations rebounding despite odds, thanks to decades of protection. But the fight's not over, as climate change and human encroachment keep the pressure on, and gorillas' slow reproductive rate, females give birth only every 4 to 6 years, makes recovery a long game. But every step forward counts, and their influence extends to science, with studies on gorilla behavior shaping our understanding of human evolution, social dynamics, and even language development. And they've sparked countless documentaries, books, and even video games, cementing their status as icons. So what's the takeaway? Gorillas are a blend of strength, smarts, and heart, a reminder of nature's complexity and our responsibility to protect it. And I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below, share your favorite gorilla fact. Have you seen one in a zoo or the wild? Or what's your take on their conservation? Smash that like button, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and let's keep this community thriving as we celebrate the wonders of the animal kingdom. Because gorillas aren't just animals, they're family, and together we can ensure their legacy endures. So stay curious, stay awesome, and I'll catch you in the next video.